Well, Shaun, return home this weekend against Leyton Orient following a great display last weekend at Crewe, and I guess you'll be looking to back that up as early as possible.
Yeah, we know it's going to be a tough game. You know, Leyton Orient are fighting for their lives. Another new manager at the helm, and one with a history at the football club as well, with Omar taking the reins there. So I think for us, we know the importance of the weekend. You know, we know that 3 points is what everyone wants. We want it, fans want it. And for us to continue to look ahead, you know, we need to try and achieve that this weekend.
Reflecting back on last Saturday's win at Crewe, a very controlled display was how you described it after the game. There seemed almost to be an inevitability about the result, the way you were playing in the game. I guess that's something you'd be looking to make into a sort of statement of intent going into the final 6 games.
Yeah, last week, you know, I was very confident, comfortable, stood there on the sideline. You know, I said after the game it was the first game I've really enjoyed for about 2 or 3 months. Thought we controlled the whole afternoon, really. Have we done that at home too many times? No, we haven't. Is it going to be one of them afternoons where I want us to control the game? Of course it is. It's not going to be easy though. We know it's not going to be easy. I just feel that, you know, for the final 6 games of the season, just want everyone to get right behind the boys, because I still believe the top 7 is going to change. Listen, whether or not it's going to be us that's going to get into it, only time will tell, and you know, we need to get a lot of points on the board. But back us, you know, everyone come and back us. You know, we've had difficulties at home this season, and you know, it's going to change at some point. That run's going to change. You know, our home form last year, going into the final 6 or 7 games, was strong, and we had tremendous backing at the Abbey. So, you know, at the Cams Glass this year, it should be the same. You know, back us to the hill. You know, we're going to try and get as many points on the board as we possibly can.
Obviously, you touched upon it last week. There was no coincidence that on the back of such a good performance, you had good numbers within the squad. Obviously, both physically coming onto the pitch with the likes of Mehdi and Uche, but Adam McGurk around the squad as well. They help off the pitch too, don't they?
They do, yeah. You know, we've missed them. Big players, big personalities. You know, it's been a big loss for us, and that's what I enjoyed last week. You know, being in the hotel, listening to voices, listening to people speak to each other. You know, that camaraderie that, you know, sometimes you only get with certain players in the building. We had that last week, and I felt that we produced a performance that was full of characteristics that were shown the previous 24 hours, and that's what excites me as a manager. Is, you know, having to manage the bigger players and the bigger personalities. That's what I like doing, and I thought last weekend was everything what it was all about. We controlled the game. It was exciting. A lot of opportunities. Goal scorers scoring goals. It was a great day. And we've got 6 opportunities now to try and get many more days like that again.
So the first of those opportunities comes this weekend. Are you able to give us a bit of an idea of who might be available and who might not be available for this Saturday?
Similar squad of last week. Similar people missing out again. Not too sure James Dunn's going to be available. Seen him back on the training ground for the first time this week. Today for a few weeks. Piero's probably going to struggle as well. But Uche's available, and you know, Adam McGurk's been training all week, so no, Mehdi again. So no, listen, it's a stronger squad once again, which is great for me.
In terms of this weekend's opposition, Leyton Orient, obviously well documented in terms of the plight they've suffered this season, really. I guess it's about as being professional as you can be and doing only what you can affect in the game.
Very good football club, one that's got tradition and history, feel for the fans, but I've got my own agenda. It's as simple as that. You know, my agenda is to get 3 points and wish them well afterwards. It's like I say, it's a great football club. It's staggering to see where they are at this moment in time, considering I was at Wembley a few years ago in the playoff final, watching them just narrowly miss out on penalty kicks. So tough for everybody to take over at Brisbane Road, but no, for us, let's concentrate on ourselves.
Absolutely, and just finally, momentum, particularly in this league, is obviously an important factor, and I guess over these last 6 games, a win this weekend would really help to gather that.
Well, it would, you know, it would help tremendously. I mean, I look at last year, look at the form that AFC Wimbledon went into the playoffs in, and they got a lot of points late on in the season, and so it can be done. We've seen it can be done. I've experienced it myself as a player and as a manager, going into the final 10 games of the season, you know, getting ourselves out of trouble at Notts County and actually getting promoted as a player as well. So it can be done. Like I said, I'm not too sure the top 7 is going to stay the way it is. I think there'll be changes, not just once, but perhaps 2 or 3 times between now and the end of the season. And judges at the end of the season. It's been a lot of positives this year, a lot of positives. Let's see if we can get a few more out of us.